Graduation and completion ceremonies are the most desired events every learner aims to achieve. They symbolize the most valuable times of reaching the far end towards college education, taking jobs, or choosing different life-changing opportunities. However, the COVID-19 pandemic inevitably led to dramatic adjustment in global education, from the usual face-to-face classroom instruction to different learning modalities. Learners must face or grapple with reality of learning lessons outside the four corners of the school, under the facilitation of teachers, parents, guardians, and even fellow learners alike. This school year is a testament that no matter how trying the times is, there will always be a moment of triumph and victory in this field of education. That another group of young brave souls managed to surpass the hurdles of academic year under this new normal. They embody the spirit of stability under pressure that amidst the fear of COVID-19 as well as the challenges of education under this new normal, they pushed through and succeeded in the end. These IP learners are proof that amidst the difficulties and obstacles of life, they can become a champion, the best version of themselves. To the home of the champions, DepEd Region 6, headed by the Regional Director, Dr. Ramir B. Oitico, CESO 4, OIC Assistant Regional Director, Dr. Pedro T. Escobarte, CESO 5. To the men and women of the Schools Division of Capiz, headed by the Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Salvador O. Ochavi Jr., CESO 5. Office of the Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Sir Jose Niro Nilyasca. Our Public Schools District Supervisor of Tapaz West, Mrs. Lalaine G. Fundal. To the municipal officials of Tapaz, led by the Municipal Mayor, Honorable Roberto O. Palomar. To the officials of Barangay Roxas, led by Punong Barangay, Honorable Hernani B. Alabe, PTA President, Mr. Danilo Alatiit Sr. To our guest speaker, Ms. Mary Sherilyn V. Herrera, Gender-Based Violence, Child Protection and Youth Empowerment Technical Specialist in Development and Humanitarian Programming. To the ever-active, dedicated, and passionate in service teacher in charge, Mrs. Jocelyn G. Garbosa, hardworking and dedicated teachers, ever-supportive and proud parents, graduates, completers, stakeholders, and viewers. Ladies and gentlemen, it is our pride and joy to welcome you to the second virtual graduation and completion ceremony of Roxas National High School with the theme, Strengthening the Quality of Education Amid the COVID-19 Pandemic. To formally start, may we all put ourselves in the spirit of patriotism as we sing our national anthem, to be followed by 2021 class prayer led by Vea Cristia Glorian with honors, DepEd 6 Regional Hymn, Capiz Hymn and Tapaz Hymn played respectively.
Isang awit ng Pilipinas.
Kayang mag-ibig, helas ng sinakalan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuyak ka ng magiting, sa manlulupin, di ka pasisingil, sa nagagang tutok sa simoy at sa langit mong pagaw, ay hinatang tulad, awit sa pagkayang minamahal. Ang isang ng matawad mo'y tagumpay na nag-iindig, ang bituin at araw niya kailan ang may magtitingin. Luman ang araw ng walhagit pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Ang inigaya ng pagkay mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Good and loving God, we, the completers and graduates of Batch 2021, humbly stand beside you, the joyful, grateful, and hopeful hearts. We thank you for everything you have given us, for another academic year of success, zeal, and devotions to our studies, admiration for virtue, love for learning, and dedicated service to our fellow. We are grateful for your guidance and love as we share this moment of our success. May what we have learned here allow us to truly be women and men for others. May what we have learned from this school enable us to be the same. Bestow on your divine grace that we must work at all times for your greater honor and glory and for the welfare of our country. We thank you for the devoted teachers and to our ever supportive and loving parents who guide and constantly nurture us. Help them in their daily work. As we seek new horizon, we humbly beg for your blessings. Bless and guide us as we reach this end and as we chart new beginnings. Help us to use all that we have learned here to make the world a better place. We ask you, O Lord, to protect and give us the courage and strength to survive in this global pandemic, and may those infected may be healed by your loving embrace. Be our light and our strength. May we always look up to us, the truth and the life, through your Son, Jesus Christ, our Lord. Amen.
Under the western Visayan blue skies, the cradle of hope for the young ones lies. Sows the seed of love and zest for life, with real vision, a beacon light. Keep the song alive in our hearts, song of the great western Visayas, echoing the love and pride of years gone by. The region's banner proudly held high. Western Visayas, home of champions, seed of lofty dreams and wisdom, treasure trove of knowledge and devotion to greatness beyond our games before. Onward we march to the region's glory, working towards excellence and quality, never to quit, never to falter. Hand in hand we strive together. Western Visayas, home of champions, seed of lofty dreams and wisdom, treasure trove of knowledge and devotion to greatness beyond our gains before. To greatness beyond our gains before.
paano akong nalulutan, pinilis ang Diyos nga amon puluyan. Doon ang manggad, amon tipigan, paladog lion, sang kabataan. Nahangtang ka sa tagipuson, sang panay pulong nga dungganon, matinaw nga tubig, berde nga talon, sang tanan kalalupanggon. Ang mga tumandok na kamuklat, bukid nun sa kaimulon na bata, nagtuon, nagantos, naghimulat, pag-angkong kaalam nga dili makawat. Tapaz paano akong nalulutan, pinilis ang Diyos nga amon puluyan. Doon ang manggad, amon tipigan, paladog lion, sang kabataan. Dagaya ang talubason, magkabalaka, magiliog yun. Ang Diyos nagatamod, sing masunson, sa banwa nga mapainubuson. Tapaz paano akong nalulutan, pinilis ang Diyos nga amon puluyan. Doon ang manggad, amon tipigan, palanog lion, sang kabataan.
Graduations may look a little different this year. Families and friends will gather for a toast remotely from a safe distance as students toss their caps collectively over the video chat. Regardless, graduation will always be a time to celebrate our students' accomplishments and the exciting things that lay ahead in their futures. To give the words of welcome, may we have Aren G. Galagate with honors.
To our distinguished guests, our dear school head and beloved teachers, to our ever-supportive parents, my fellow graduates and to the completers, friends, devoted stakeholders, ladies and gentlemen, a blessed day to all of us. It is my pleasure and honor, in behalf of the completers and graduates, to deliver this welcome message as our beginning of our wonderful journey. A journey with love, encouragement, and solidarity. After all fulfilling the responsibility towards the demands and expectations, and now, it is finally a moment that we've been waiting and praying for. This is our big day, a celebration of success. Our life is a growing plant with a purpose, to become blessing to the eyes of others or to become a nourishment to the heart and soul of our fellow. Our purpose in this world is not only for ourselves, but it is also to other people who might be waiting to see our existence or to fulfill their emptiness. Remember, my dear friends, that life is about growing, and each day we were being cared in order to grow abundantly and to find new opportunities, and to learn new skills that will carry for the rest of our lives. This completion and graduation ceremonies of ours is now our harvest season after all teachers and parents spend their precious time to take care of our existence as we were able to grow bountifully with love. We're being fertilized and watered by knowledge, skills, and values so that all of us will become a good bearing plants. And this is now what we are today. We're all now good bearing plants of the future, despite these challenging times. We're all flexible plants that strongly holds our roots to the soil no matter what happened. We continue to grow and learn amidst COVID-19 pandemic. Life is about growing, and we grow with a purpose. Let us make our life become meaningful during these trying times as we plant hope for the best of our tomorrow. Once again, welcome to the second virtual completion and graduation ceremonies of Roxas National High School.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Joining with us today is a woman with a great heart and passion for the young indigenous learners of Tapaz. She has been engaged in research works in project proposal making, legislation and policy advocacy, building of knowledge products and training modules, and designing, implementing, and managing of innovative development and humanitarian programming for vulnerable and marginalized sectors. Also went into social entrepreneurship and empowering indigenous young people in emergencies and in building a pool of trained youth volunteers for humanitarian work. Our guest speaker is a graduate of the University of the Philippines, Diliman, for both her degrees in Bachelor of Science in Sociology from 1995 to 1999 and in Master of Arts in Women and Development Studies from 2000 to 2007. She then worked for the United Nations Population Fund, or the UNFPA, in June 2008 until April 2013 as a coordinator and program officer. She also used to work for the United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund, or commonly called as UNICEF, as a consultant and specialist from May 2013 to December 2015. In 2019, she was employed in Gender-Based Violence Consortium Visayas and Relief International Philippines as a technical specialist and consultant, respectively. As most of us already know, she is a social entrepreneur, innovator, and change maker who founded and led the SURE's Indigenous Creations Enterprises that supported the indigenous young people who were affected by the Super Typhoon Yolanda in the municipality of Tapaz. She currently works for 3 different non-governmental organizations, which include the Voluntary Service Overseas International, in which she works as a gender and gender-based violence technical specialist, for the Humanity Research Consultancy as a senior consultant, and for the Humanitarian Innovation Fund, or ELRHA, as a gender-based violence technical working group member. By hearing her story, let us all be emboldened by her unwavering commitment and dedication in pursuing her advocacies and life endeavors, focused on being of service and help to her fellow Filipinos and those people in need for almost 2 decades and counting. It's an utter pleasure for me to introduce our guest speaker for this second virtual graduation and completion ceremony. Everyone, let us welcome Miss Mary Shuri Lynn V. Herrera.
To the Regional Director of the Department of Education, Dr. Ramir Oitico, to the Officer in Charge, Assistant Regional Director, Dr. Pedro Escobarte, to the Schools Division of Capiz, headed by the Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Salvador Ochavo Jr., to the OIC Office of the Assistant Schools Superintendent, Mr. Jose Niro Niliasca, to the Public Schools District Supervisor of Tapaz West District, Mrs. Lalaine Fundal, to the Tapaz Municipal officials headed by Honorable Mayor Roberto Palomar and all distinguished members of Sangguniang Bayan, to the Barangay Roxas officials headed by Punong Barangay Hernani Alabe and all distinguished barangay kagawads, to the Parent Teacher Association officials led by the PTA President, Mr. Danilo Alatiit, to the Roxas National High School faculty and staff headed by Mrs. Jocelyn Garbosa, to all the proud parents, guardians, and elders of the Panay Bukidnon communities, and to all our junior and senior high school candidates who are beaming with pride and accomplishments. Good afternoon, maayong hapon sa inyo tanan. It was in 2015 when I first traveled to your school that was then known as Candelaria National High School, Roxas Extension. That visit was meant to monitor the child-friendly learning spaces put up by humanitarian NGOs in response to Super Typhoon Yolanda. Since then, I have seen the growth and the changes that have taken place as God continues to bless the now Roxas National High School with an overflowing of opportunities and breakthroughs. And in the midst of the pandemic, it continues to stand firm, strive and adjust to the new norm of delivering quality education to our IP learners. I am humbled that I get to witness and be part of this momentous event, and I am truly grateful that I was given the opportunity to inspire and motivate our junior and senior high school IP learners today. In preparing for my speech, I prayed to God first to help me craft an inspirational talk that would spark new hopes and positive energies within your hearts and minds. I want to impart His message and not mine, a message that can move you to hold the space of light and love in the midst of life challenges and difficulties. On this special occasion, I would like to emphasize 3 things, which I hope would enhance your life skills and resilience. First, God works in us and through us. Life is made up of many different seasons. These seasons shape us, prepare us, and build us from the inside out. You are in the season of growing up and learning because God is preparing you for what He intends you to be. That is how God works in you. At first, it seems as something that you have to go through because that is what society expects from you. But the truth is, it is your divine season of preparations. All of us have dreams, but we cannot achieve any of that if we fail to prepare. Great things take time, and God needs to work in you so you will be ready and prepared. Continue to traverse the path of growth and learning. Focus on harnessing your skills, your talents, abilities, and gifts. Keep on enhancing your knowledge and wisdom. Allow God to work in you by enjoying your season of preparations. When God thinks you're ready, He will bring you to the next level. God works through you. For example, if you are given the talent of drawing, God wants you to use that skill to spread love and peace, and not of violence and pornography. If you are given leadership skills to represent your community, God wants you to take care of His people with sincerity and compassion, and not with corruption and selfishness. If God has made you a successful and rich entrepreneur, He wants you to share your blessings and help those less privileged, and not keep everything for yourself. If God has made you a scientist, He wants you to invent medicines that will cure diseases and illnesses, and not of illegal drugs that will destroy lives. When God sends you on a mission, He will equip you more so you can use everything He has given you to plant goodness and services to others. That is the reason why we are all connected to each other. I remember the time when I wanted to be deployed in a foreign country for a humanitarian work. I was working on my resume when suddenly I received 2 messages simultaneously. The first one came from a municipal doctor from the province of Masbate. He was expressing his gratitude because of the efforts we made 10 years ago that resulted to a functioning barangay health station that has saved the many lives of pregnant women and newborn babies. The second message came from a youth from Iloilo who was beaming with pride upon earning her college degree. 6 years ago, she dropped out from the school because of her peers. But after mentoring and motivating her to do the right thing, she finally graduated and now has a decent job and a business. These 2 messages were signs sent from God. It was very clear that He wanted me to stay where I am needed. But God is full of compassion. He still made a way for me to support Asian and African countries through my present online engagements with different international NGOs. That began during the lockdown period. He fulfilled one of my dreams in a very unexpected way. That is how God works in you and through you. The second message that I would like to share with you is this: never give up. Do not ever think of giving up, no matter how harsh the situation is. Miracles do happen every day. You just have to see the light of hope to keep you going and motivated. Let me share some inspiring stories of young people whom I met in Capiz. The first one almost gave up on his studies. He was only in grade 2 when his mother passed away and his father could not afford to send him and his 2 other siblings to school. They could not eat 3 times a day. He experienced selling vegetables and other products and performed laundry works for his neighbors just so to survive. He managed to find a part-time job as a service crew in a fast food chain while supporting himself to school. He was a survivor of family violence and was bullied in school. He was full of self-pity and had low self-esteem. God was good because somehow he managed to reach college with the help of his older brother, who happened to get a job at the municipality. One day, I remembered him telling me that he wanted to quit his studies because his brother could no longer afford it. But at that time, it was just 1 more year and a couple of months to go, and he would have earned his degree. It was such a huge waste if he gave up. I knew then that God wanted me to inspire and motivate him to keep going. God is full of compassion, grace, and mercy. Despite all odds, he managed to sustain his studies at the very end while working part-time and selling various products. Later on, I found out that he passed the board exam for teachers and got accepted at DepEd's ranking for qualified applicants in 2019. He is handling grades 7, 8, 9, and 12 in one of the disadvantaged areas of his municipality. I am so proud of this guy who never gave up despite the many storms in his life. And now, God had put him in a position that would shape the minds of the next generation. Another life-changing story involved a youth who stopped going to school because he got into drinking with his peers and got addicted with computer games. Naging tambay po siya kasama ng kanyang mga barkada sa kanilang komunidad. And this broke the hearts of his parents. His parents were into seafoods business, and they were so disappointed with their son when they saw him wasting his life for nothing. This guy became one of the youth facilitators of our Life Skills Development Program. He underwent a series of trainings and community activities that somehow shifted his perspective. He wanted to go back to school but was too ashamed to seek the help of his parents. God made a way for us to meet his parents. After the teary, heart-to-heart talk with his parents, he was very blessed that he was given a second chance to pursue his studies. True enough, he finished his college degree and is now traveling around the world as a crew of a cruise ship. Even the COVID-19 virus was not able to stop him from pursuing his dreams. And last April 2021, we had a virtual reunion with the youth facilitators and mentors. As I listened to his sharing, I can sense his humility, a value that we must all learn in spite of what he has achieved in life. These 2 stories clearly show that you have to persevere and endure in times of trials and life difficulties. Because in this world, there would always be troubles and problems. And no matter how young or old you are, you will have to face them. Life struggles and obstacles are not meant to put us down. They are there to help us to develop our inner strength, instill a positive mindset, and to learn to depend on the one who sees our hearts, knows our minds, and sees our future. So do not be discouraged. Never give up. You and I are born with diverse talents and creative powers. So use them well for the right reasons, with the right people, at the right time. Remember, wanting to win and wanting to make a difference are 2 different things. And this brings me to my last point, that is, be resilient. Our beloved nation has currently a total population of 111 million, 29% of which are ages from 10 to 24 years old. This translates into 30 million young Filipinos like you. We currently have the largest generation of young people in our history. Unfortunately, the COVID-19 pandemic has affected the productive potential of this entire generation, especially when there was a lockdown period, closure of schools, loss of decent works, low food supply, limited access to basic services, and many families have suffered because of the loss of their loved ones. Parallel to that, poverty worsened. Gender-based violence multiplied, including the online sexual exploitation taking place at home. High rise of teenage pregnancy, mental health crisis, among others, are some of the issues and concerns that we have to deal with in a post-COVID era. How then can we bounce back better, smarter, and stronger? Look around you and see opportunities in every crisis. The pandemic has accelerated innovative learning methods to continue delivering education to all. New ways of working have been introduced, and greater options for accessing basic services and goods have been made. We became conscious of following strict health protocols wherever we go. We have leaders, frontliners, and volunteers who stepped up and worked around the clock for this nation to overcome the outbreak. We saw the many efforts of helping and supporting each other, of one region helping another region, of one country supporting another country. See opportunities in every crisis. See open windows when God closes a door. See a new beginning when a chapter of your life closes. There are many reasons to be grateful for. We just do not see them because we are often too busy focusing on problems, on material things, and on temporary matters. I myself is excited to get out of bed every morning because I am excited to know God's amazing plans for me every day. When I was at the lowest point of my life, I learned to wear a grateful heart, and that helped me to take one step at a time. In times of crisis, we need to have a positive mindset. Humanity has been corrupted not by people but by the invisible enemy, the evil forces. He would always attack you in your mind and teasing you to do things that displease God. Nobody is perfect. All of us are sinners. Sometimes we are hurt by the wrongful actions and words of others. The enemy uses those strong emotions of pain and betrayal to trigger a fight. He wants us to hate each other. When you refuse to forgive someone and you carry out a plan to take revenge, know that the enemy is celebrating. When you bully, harass, gossip, or deliberately put someone down, that is the enemy fueling your ego and pride. He knows that God opposes the proud but gives grace to the humble. When you spend more time playing computer games than studying, when you busy yourself with pornographic and violent materials, and when you choose to be with your peers who encourage you to do illegal acts instead of spending time with your family, with your friends, and with God, know that the enemy is killing your time so you will not fulfill your divine purpose in this world. So watch out, pray, guard your thoughts, find positive ways to cope up with the stresses of life. Know that God is fighting the battles for you. When we face difficult times or whenever we carry a heavy weight in our hearts, we can turn to nature for renewed strength and re-energized bodies. You see, we are not above the nature nor separated from nature. We are all part of nature. You are very fortunate that your school is one of the farm schools in Capiz. You are surrounded with the beauty of God's creations. It is our divine duty to nourish and take care of them. When we protect, respect, and preserve nature, we show our love and gratitude to God. Through us, God helps His creations. Through nature, God expresses His love and care for us. He uses nature to heal us and to give us peace. And I encourage everyone to participate in the healing of the young generation today and of the recovery of this nation. I invite you to pursue spiritual resilience for your recovery and restoration that is anchored on your faith and relationship with God. Faith is one of the inner resources of resilience. So please keep these three things in mind. God works in us and through us. Never give up and be resilient. My warm congratulations to all our junior and senior high school candidates. We are all proud of you. Keep on soaring high, but remain humble and patient. Congratulations also to all our parents, guardians, elders, and families who have been very supportive all throughout the trying times. Congratulations to all the teachers, advisors, mentors, faculty, and staff for holding the space of light and love in the midst of crisis. Congratulations to all leaders and indigenous communities for supporting your young people pursue their dreams. Sending you all with love, peace, and joy. Maraming salamat po. Magandang hapon po sa ating lahat.
Thank you so much, Miss Mary Sherilyn V. Herrera, for being the guest speaker to this virtual graduation and completion ceremonies of our school. Thank you for your heart and passion to the development of indigenous learners of Tapaz. Your inspiring words motivates our graduates and completers as they move forward with a renewed sense of hope, meaning, and purpose towards achieving their own goal. Let us move on to the presentation and confirmation of candidates for graduation and completion. To present the candidates, we have Mrs. Jocelyn G. Garbosa, Master Teacher 1, Teacher in Charge of Roxas National High School. And for the confirmation, we have our school's Division Superintendent of Capiz, Dr. Salvador O. Ochavo Jr., CESO 5.
Dr. Salvador O. Ochavo Jr., CESO 5, Schools Division Superintendent, Schools Division of Capiz. Sir, I have the honor to present to you the members of the graduates and completers of Roxas National High School, Roxas Tapaz Capiz, for the school year 2020-2021, comprising of 20 male, 22 female, a total of 42 graduates who has satisfactorily completed the requirements for graduation in senior high school, and 32 male, 24 female, a total of 56 completers who has satisfactorily completed the requirements of the junior high school curriculum prescribed for the secondary schools of the Department of Education, and now ready for confirmation. Sir?
By virtue of the authority in me vested by the Secretary of the Department of Education through the Regional Director, and upon the recommendation of your principal, that all of you have completed and complied with all of the requirements of the basic education curriculum, I hereby confirm your graduation today and declare you graduates of basic education of the Department of Education, Capiz, and award you your diploma with all of the privileges, rights, and entitlements appurtenant thereto. Congratulations.
Here are the graduates of the General Academic Strand under the Academic Track. Advisor, Mrs. Lovely C. Alabe. Alatiit, L.M. J. Castro, Romel E. Fribaldos, Romeo Jr. L. Gallinero, Peter John E. Barnizo, Jackie D. Danette Karen Joy E. Daned Merijoy, C. Disipulo Crystal May, G. Gabuyog Emily, G. Gadong Jenny Love, B. Galagate Aaron, G. Kapasinaw Gemini, T. Gapasinaw Wenelin. Garbosa Marian, J. Gardose Rizan K, G. Terapista Ana Marie, A. Glorian Bea Crisha, G. Labrador Emily, F. Tupas Princess Marie, J. Here are the graduates of the TVL track Agri-Fishery Arts Trend, specialized in agricultural crop production, NC2. Advisor, Ms. Remur F. Sarmiento. Alabe, Pearl John, B. Barnizo, Rostome, T. Blanco, Rodel, B. Jimenez, Cyril, G. Jimenez, Prince Jonard, F. Barnizo, Nikki, C. Castro, Ermina, J. Disipulo, Aliyah, D. Gardose, Lizelle, J. Glimmer, Jilin, R. Here are the graduates of the TVL track Industrial Arts Trend, specialized in SMAU NC2. Advisor, Mr. Jessere G. Pano. Alabe, Raymel G. Alatiit, Danilo Jr. G. Barnizo, Marionel G. Barnizo, Rostom B. Galagate, Rodji B. Gapasinaw, Dance Albert G. Gapasinaw, Justin C. Labrador, Armel T. Labrador, Jolen G. Ludas, Christian Mark S. Malagkit, Jocelyn G. Disipulo, Shanadine G. Glorian, Rose Joy G.
Good day to each and everyone who is attending virtually present at this time of our graduation ceremonies for our beloved and very precious graduates for the school year which ends at this time. First of all, I'd like to greet the parents and family members without whose sacrifices, whose reminders, and whose participation in the learning process for our graduates have resulted in this culmination program. This year, your role has changed drastically, where we've always thought we've always believed that the matter of educating our children rests nearly exclusively on our teachers and our staff. This time, you parents, you family members, you who are in the households of our learners have expanded your role and contributed to this wonderful day wherein finally, our learners are graduating in this culmination exercise. So, congratulations, because this year has not been very easy, has not been a picnic for our teachers, for our family members, as well, especially the parents, mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, and all who have contributed to the achievement of our learners at this time. So, maraming salamat at congratulations, parents and family members. Mas malaki ang role ninyo at this time compared to earlier graduation exercises. Secondly, I would also like to greet our teachers, without whose very careful review and careful supervision of the work of our pupils and our learners, this event would not be taking place at all. And so, thank you, teachers. Your role has also expanded. In addition to seeing to it that the modules are faithfully followed, the assignments are correctly implemented, and the learners are truly learning, and you have had to deal with new ways of assessing the performance also of the learners. So, congratulations, teachers, for enduring, for your patience, for your love for our learners, and your willingness to engage in a way and methods of teaching which are different from those which are used to. Assessment must have been especially difficult for you, especially since you were not able to see most of the time our students in face-to-face meetings, and most of the meetings, of course, were virtual. We'd also like to thank the local government units for their interest, for their cooperation, and for their continuing contributions to the needs of education, even as our children do not go to school. Your donations of material as well as financial resources at this time are most welcome, and your advice has been taken seriously not only by our teachers, by our school officials, but also by our officials in the Department of Education. We continually talk with local government units, especially in times of disaster, in times of great need for classrooms, for space, and for responses to unforeseen emergencies. Thank you, local government units. But of course, most of the congratulatory greetings fall on the deserving graduate. Each and every one of you is truly special. You are different from the other graduates who have passed through the portals of your school. You went to school practically without seeing your teachers, if at all. You went to school with your parents, your mothers, and your fathers hovering over your shoulders and seeing to it that you are able to complete your assignments. You are completing your studies at a time when examinations and assessments are different. You are culminating these long months of hard work at this time, even as you have to do family chores, even as you are distracted, and even as your world has turned upside down, and it seems and it appears as if we don't know what the future holds and what will happen next. But you have persevered, and now you are ready to graduate. And therefore, you deserve each and every bit of congratulations from us in the Department of Education, from your parents and family members, your teachers, from the officials in local government, as well as in the parent teachers associations. You deserve each and every single congratulatory pat on your back, each hug virtually, of course, and each greeting, which I am sure you are also receiving virtually. I don't know if you will remember this event many, many years from now. I have tried to recall myself who our graduation speaker was when I finished high school and when I finished my college studies. All I remember is that the graduation speaker was someone important, someone who was invited because that someone is supposed to give a message. What was more important to us graduates at that time was the excitement of the celebrations, the happiness and the joy of our parents, the sadness of parting from our classmates and from our teachers, and the enjoyment of all the graduation events that usually take place come commencement day. When I was a college student, we had a series of events which were designed to embed in our minds, which were designed to help us remember and not forget our days in college. We would spend one whole day going around the campus, visiting the classrooms, saying goodbye to our teachers, and sharing memories. We would have bonfires to say goodbye to each other. We had baccalaureate services where we committed ourselves to God and we prayed for guidance when we go out into the world. So many celebrations, and the speaker, of course, is the least important and easily forgotten component of the graduation exercise. Nonetheless, I will exert all efforts to share with you what I see are things or issues which a graduate should remember and recall. I have said that you are very special. You are very different. You are pioneering. There has been no other class like your class. There has been no other graduate like you as a graduating student because you are the very first graduate of the blended learning response to education in the Philippines. And so you ask yourself, what awaits you in the world outside? You can either work because the kind of curriculum you survived and underwent as a student will enable you to go to work if you wish to go to work. Some of you will proceed to further studies, and this would be a wonderful thing because there are many opportunities for further expanding your knowledge, for further answering and looking for explanations of issues, events that make you curious, especially in science, in technology, and also in the arts. So you can work, you can go to further studies, and perhaps some of you will settle down, hopefully not too soon, so you can pursue what you really want to do. So today, this is why we call this exercise a commencement exercise. It's not the end of our studies. It's not the end of all our efforts with blended learning, with modules, with floods, with earthquakes, and of course with COVID. It's a commencement of doors opening to you. More doors will be opened because you are a graduate. You can work, you can proceed for further studies, you can help your parents, and you can perhaps look for opportunities to do what you have always wanted to do, whether at work, whether at advanced studies, whether at learning more in science and technology, in mathematics, and in the arts. All of these opportunities are available to you. More doors are being opened. I hope you will select the door which arouses your curiosity, the door which will help you know more about this world, and the door which will allow you to contribute to the development of our country and contribute whatever we can to solve our problems and our challenges. Congratulations once more to each and every one of you. Congratulations to you, parents and family members. Congratulations to you, teachers. When I was chair of the board of Silliman University, each time we had graduation ceremonies during the baccalaureate and during commencement itself, I would cry. I would cry because you are sending out into the world a new batch of graduates, and we want to be sure that what is awaiting them is appropriate. We want to be sure that they are ready for what awaits them when they select which door to open. And so we tell you, go out to the world, do whatever you want to do. God be with you, and be assured that all of us love each and every one of you. Congratulations.
Here are the completers of Grade 10 Macapagal. Advisor, Mrs. Pevijin E. Barnizo. Barnizo, John Vincent E. Bebedor J. Boy B. Blanco Rogi B. Castro Demi J. Danid Carl E. Eulalio Jo Marie T. Gapasinaw Helmer F. Garbosa Joros G. Gardose Jojin G. Guardamano Vincent G. Jimenez Alan G. Labrador Alvin P. Lozada Jose III A. Singular Joe Marie B. Sumpaan Gerald G. Tapaz John Lawrence N. Artus Sherishane G. Barnizo Gian G. Luma Rachel T. De la Cruz Marian G. Gadong Myra Jean B. Gadong Sheska G. Gamayaw Lendimi G. La Victoria Christine Joy A. Malagkit Maria Josefa Gracia G. Parle DM B. Victor Regina D. Here are the completers of grade 10 Magsaysay. Advisor, Mrs. Yanji B. Hiliaco. Barnizo, Jimboy P. Barnizo, Kevin C. Bulyag, JP G. Daned, Mark Anthony C. Discipulo, Alan Mark D. Francisco Dominic T. Gabuyog, Mark Daniel G. Galagate, Vincent G. Gapasinaw, Rael G. Terapista, Rayan A. Hiner, Raynan G. Glorian, John Mark G. Pulido, Andre E. Victor, Reskin G. Divina Gracia, Laurelyn E. Eulalio, Jeline G. Gallinero, Angel F. Gapasinaw, Vivialine B. Gardose, Karem G. Gardose, Nadine D. Glimmer, Honey Grace M. Gregorio, Rema B. Ignacio, Ronilyn D. Jimenez, Caril Anyaros F. Labrador, Liza G. Harley, Grace V. Sumagaysay, Rika B.
Congratulations, dear graduates and completers of school year 2020-2021. You make us look at the future with anticipation and pride. You have once again proven that true champions can thrive in the midst of the challenging realities of life. Your sheer grit and resilience have brought you this far in your lifelong pursuit of quality education. Your achievements call for a celebration. You have risen above the worst of times and have responded to the overwhelming demands of the new normal with elan. Your education must not only be reflected in your report cards, but must be manifested in how you masterfully deal with life. An embodiment of courage, compassion, character, and competence. As you relish this moment, remember to celebrate your success with our indefatigable advocates and champions of quality education. Teachers, parents, school administrators, education leaders, stakeholders, and friends, among others. Your success seals our triumph over trials. It propels our collective aspiration for a brighter future despite the limitations caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. This is just the beginning of a beautiful journey ahead. We firmly believe in your potential for success because in DepEd Region 6, every child is a champion. As you cross this time of immense challenges and great opportunities, keep your passion for greatness alive. May your achievements inspire everyone to move forward with a renewed sense of hope, meaning, and purpose. Together, we shall rise as one. Ipadayon ta ang pagpalanggaanay. Once again, congratulations and mabuhay!
My felicitations and expression of jubilation for victories won by the Department of Education over pandemic. Education, though affected, but the Department of Education was able to rise above the situation and stand victors of the situation. My congratulations to every learner. My congratulations to every parent. My congratulations to every teacher. My congratulations to the administrators, local government units, and every community member. Indeed, Capiz Division's Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan was successful in its content and implementation. To this, I can say, paraphrasing 2 Timothy chapter 4, verses 7 to 8, the Department of Education, Capiz, has fought a good fight, finished the race, and kept the faith. Congratulations to every graduate and Godspeed. Congratulations.
Good day, everyone. If you have defined what you really want in life and fixed your goals, then you are ready to climb the mountain of life. Today marks another milestone of your life as you're about to end a journey and begin another one in your quest for education towards the road of success. With great pleasure and admiration, my congratulations to all dear graduates, completers, and academic awardees for the school year 2020-2021. That despite the challenges we faced and the risks we encountered in this time of pandemic, still we remained firm and strong and realized the true meaning and value of life. The COVID-19 pandemic has suddenly and abruptly forced schools and education indeed to engage a transformation in this ever-changing global environment. Young people like you are required to be resilient and adaptive to such changes. I urge you to dream big, but at the same time, remember to start small, for transformation could not be achieved overnight. Like everything in nature, it is a gradual process. There will be spikes when you hit the threshold where something big happens. Work from the ground up, because every tree starts off as a seedling, and you have to take care of it and let it grow. I know your alma mater has placed learning in your heart. Inculcate values to ensure your nourishment as a human being, just like how your parents prepare your lunchbox for you. My dear parents, accept my heartfelt gratitude for your kindness, cooperation, relentless effort, and patience in bridging the learning gaps brought about by the COVID-19. No one can claim the delivery of quality learning by not considering you as our effective frontliners. You deserve our salute for being an effective and efficient partner in the implementation of distance learning, and the untiring support you had shown is a deeper reflection of the unconditional love you bestowed to your children. Undoubtedly, you have greatly contributed to the fulfillment of the mandate of the Department of Education. And it is with confidence to say that you have given our theme for this year, strengthening the quality of education amid the COVID-19 pandemic, a very special meaning. My sincere commendations to all school heads, teaching and non-teaching staff for providing the excellent service para sa bata, para sa bayan. And I believe that again, we had produced champions as what we have always done. Together, we did it. Lastly, we are all looking forward to seeing a smiling face as we toss our face masks in the trash. Technology and modular is a wonderful resource, but it will never replace the social interactions that we all need and embrace to achieve the DepEd's mission, vision, and core values for one school, one team, one family of the champions. May God bless you all with continued opportunity, growth, and prosperity. My thoughts and prayers will always be with you. Once again, congratulations, Batch 2021.
It is but high time to confer the awards to graduates and completers who made an outstanding remark in academic excellence. They exemplified the virtues of commitment, perseverance, and self-discipline to achieving the summit of success. As Colin Powell says, there are no secrets to success. It is the result of preparation, hard work, and learning from failure. Ladies and gentlemen, the Academic Excellence Awardees of Grade 12. LMJ Alatiit with honors. Jackie D. Barnizo with honors. Aaron G. Galagate with honors. Marian J. Garbosa with honors. Rizan K. G. Gardose with honors. Bea Krisha G. Glorian with honors. And now, the Academic Excellence Awardees of Grade 10. Gian G. Barnizo with honors. Angel F. Gallinero with honors. Vivialin B. Gapasinaw with honors. Christine Joy A. Labitoria with honors. Maria Josefa Gracia G. Malagkit with honors. DM B. Parle with honors. Grace V. Parle with honors. Congratulations to the Academic Excellence Awardees of graduates and completers. We want to express our sincere admiration for your personal commitment to excellence. You are here today because of your hardships and self-discipline in completing this important chapter in your lives. We are truly proud and joyful for what you have achieved. Wherever you are, you will forever carry in your soul the Roxanian insignia, a proud IP learner, a proud champion. At this point, to give the words of gratitude, may we have Rizan K. G. Gardose with honors.
Honored guests, dedicated teachers headed by the Mother Queen and teacher in charge of Roxas National High School, Mrs. Jocelyn G. Garbosa, our ever supportive and proud parents, fellow students, friends, stakeholders, ladies and gentlemen, our expression of joy to this jubilation day. Life is a journey. We started the journey for almost years of hardships, struggles, and difficulties by burning our own torch and tracing the mountainous part of the small kingdom of Roxas National High School. We journey all together for a purpose. Definitely all of us made it. We survived. We all accomplished one of the major early milestones of the journey of our lives, one that should be recognized for its immense significance. Our own torch keeps on burning that leads us to this jubilation day. I remember the time when I started to light my own torch. Its burning flame reminded me for a better future. But as the days passed by, worries began to strike in my mind. Questions were always there, until when it keeps on burning, how it would feel when not enjoyed the light. All these were not directly answered during those times. Do you know it has been answered? Absolutely, today, because this ceremony is our flame of jubilation. This is the reason why we are here today to celebrate our graduation and completion, celebrating the triumphs with pride and honor and to keep our own torch burning for our brighter tomorrow. We know that this is not the end but the beginning of another journey, another story to tell to the people who might believe in, most especially to those who valued our existence. It is not easy to journey alone. We need the companion who are always there in our side to touch our hearts and minds. With the brave young souls before me, I would like to express our sincerest appreciation and gratitude for all who have helped us in a way or another in the realization of our purpose and pursuit of aspirations. To our elder teachers, thank you for emboldening and giving us the confidence to dream big. Despite the past years, especially these pandemic times, all of your patience all throughout has meant the world for all of us. Kudos and salute to all of you. To our loving parents, thank you for the love, sacrifices, and support, for you are always with us in our journey. Appreciating for being there, for staying with us, and for doing everything for us. We love you very much. To our classmates and friends, thank you for the memories we have shared in times of tears, joy, and laughter. To the greatest marker of our history in the School of Hope and Dreams for the IP learners, Roxas National High School, our sincere gratitude for being a part of our history by giving hope and dreams to each of one of us. Mostly, our great provider and author of life. Oh dear God, thank you for the gift of life. Everything happened is God's master plan to us. Whatever we have achieved in our life as students, it was all because of His abounding grace and love. So my dear completers and graduates, let us keep our great passion alive and keep on burning. These achievements will be our guiding stones as we move forward with a renewed sense of hope, meaning, and purpose. Once again, congratulations to all of us. Mabuhay Roxanians family!
We, the completers, graduates of class 2021, deeply grateful to the ideals of our alma mater, Roxas National High School, solemnly pledge that we will remain true and faithful to her, to be of service to our school, to our country, and fellow men. We further pledge to cooperate fully and exert our utmost effort in the preservation, just, and orderly society, so help us God. Buong katapatan akong nanunumpa na isa sa katuparan ko ng buong husay at walang pag-iimbot ang mga tungkuling nakaatang sa akin bilang kasapi ng samahan ng mga nagsisitapos, na ipagtatanggol at ipaglalaban ang mga kapakanan ng paaralang aking pinagtatapusan. Pambansang mataas na paaralan ng Roxas, at ipinangako kong maging matapat na nagtatapos sa paaralang ito sa lahat ng pagkakataon. Kaya, tulungan nawa ako ng Diyos.
I am proud to be an IP learner. I am cultivated with my own identity. I am molded with the core values. I am bound to develop my life aspects. I am determined for my greatest potentials. I live for my dream and aspirations. I stand for my cultural integrity. I am empowered to be a champion. I am an IP learner. I am a champion.
We might not be walking across that stage with the cameras flashing. They've been waiting on our day. It's been a journey, hasn't it? I wouldn't trade a moment. No, I wouldn't change a moment. I'm who I am because of you. Whether we've known each other our whole life or just a year or two. And I'm grateful for the time we put in, getting us to this moment, so we could get to this moment. We may not be throwing our caps in the air, but our spirit will rise anywhere. Remember our hallways filled with memories and friends. I wouldn't trade a moment. No, I wouldn't change a moment. I'm who I am because of you. Whether we've known each other our whole life or just a year or two. And I'm grateful for the good and hard times we've had. They'll get us through life's moments. Yeah, they'll get us through life's moments. If you're over there feeling a little scared about your brand new start, don't get discouraged. Keep showing your courage, 'cause that's who we are. I'm who I am because of you. Whether we've known each other our whole life or just a year or two. And I'm grateful for the times we'll never forget, so we can be in this moment, right here in this moment. I'm grateful for our new beginnings, right here in this moment.
Presenting to you the teaching staff of Roxas National High School, headed by Master Teacher 1 and Teacher in Charge, Mrs. Jocelyn G. Garbosa. Learning is a never-ending activity. We learn while we live. In this COVID-19 pandemic, we are all collaborators in making and working means to facilitate learning in our students. We learn to make, adjust, seek solutions, and adapt strategies to strengthen the quality of education amid these trying times. We continue to learn. We can draw valuable lessons from our experiences in this pandemic. And perhaps, adapt to change is the first step towards strengthening the quality of education. Change is a part of our human life too. At times, it is frightening, but we should see it as a chance to explore and to test our character. To the parents, guardians, and families of our graduates and completers, we salute you for your unending love and support to our students. To the graduates and completers, congratulations to all of you. Continue to hold on to your faith to God, and as St. Paul says in the Bible, move forward to what lies ahead. May God bless all of us. Mabuhay ang Roxanians family!